Welcome to the Juggling the Chaos of Recovery podcast Wellness Spot, where we focus on health and wellness and how we can reclaim our health and life today. You're in the right place if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, and you've been helping so many others, and it's time to help yourself. In a time when health and wellness can be so confusing, I'm here to share what I know and what I've learned in nursing and in my past 20 years experience in wellness, and how making a smart plan can help you live your best life today. Well, welcome to another episode of the podcast. I'm your host, Moyra Gorski. So glad you're coming back. And I hope you're enjoying these wellness spots on Wednesdays that I'm doing. I've had such a great experience with learning about building my health and helping people build their health for over 20 years. And I just continue to I get really excited when I hear stories about people that their health has changed, their lives have changed because they made a few simple changes in what they're doing. And, again, I help people reclaim their health. And a lot of times women are looking for more energy. They want to lose a little weight. They just want to feel better. Maybe they have, some hormonal things or whatnot. And today I'm bringing you a friend of mine. I want her to share her story because, again, I've learned that it's so important to know what we're putting around ourselves, what we're putting on ourselves, and what we're putting in ourselves. And in this particular case, something that my friend Lisa did on the inside impacted the way she looks on the outside. And I wish that you could see her because we're on Zoom and I can see her and she looks tremendously, fabulously beautiful with beautiful, clear skin. But I'll have her tell her story. And again, Lisa, thank you for joining me today. Lisa Tyers is one of my friends and a gal that's on my team who's joined us on this mission of helping other people live healthier lives. So thanks for joining me today, Lisa.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I really appreciate it too. Like I said, I heard your story and I was like, wow, we got to share this out because it's just, again, I've been doing this long enough to know that I don't get like super overwhelmed, surprised, like I can't believe this happened because I've seen so many wonderful transformations over the years. And when I heard your story, I'm like, wow, that's pretty amazing. So again, today we're going to talk about cystic acne. You know that it's hard for me to say that.
Yeah,
and especially now I'm wearing aligners to straighten my teeth. So I'm even more challenged some days on how I talk. But anyway, cystic acne, and a really simple thing that Lisa did, like one thing changed the look of her skin tremendously. And then we'll talk about what you're doing now going forward. But let's start by tell us a little bit about, again, how kind of the history of your skin, the acne, that kind of thing, what you were dealing with before you found Shaklee and this really awesome thing that really helped you with your skin.
So it started back in my early 20s when you're going out and you're, late nights and bad food choices and cocktails with high sugar and things like that. So your body is taking just so much in such a short period of time. And it really made my whole body not balanced at all. And I didn't even realize it. I just figured, okay, I didn't have acne in my teens, so this is my time to have it. What they would do is they were mostly around my mouth, my chin, like my jawline. And they would never come to a head. They would always be super deep and red and sore, and you could never just make them go away. I tried all sorts of different types of face washes. I tried going on birth control, different types of birth control to regulate my hormones, because all the stuff on your chin and on your jawline is all hormonal acne. And none of it really worked. The birth controls ended up making me gain weight. So that was actually where I was just frustrated because I got my face is breaking out like crazy. I'm gaining weight. That's not what you want to be doing in your early 20s. So the only way for me to get rid of these cysts is to have them injected. And they were extremely painful. It was a cortisone shot in my face. I would have them all along my jawline. I would always have one come up near my forehead. And then I always would have one come up in my eyebrow. And they wouldn't be able to inject that one because it was too close to my eye. So it would put strain on my eye. It would put pressure on my eye, it would cause migraines. So it was just a trickle-down effect of just everything not good.
And so the cortisone was to help to bring that inflammation down.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
It helps to bring the inflammation down, and it helps to kind of like zap the root, because they're just so deep in there that if you don't get the root out of there or you don't attack it there, it comes back.
Mm-hmm. So and it kind of sounds like the way warts are. You can. Yeah, I mean, sorry to be though, but it's true. If you don't get the root part of the wart out, it just continues to come back. So, pretty extreme measures to try to improve get rid of something, improve the look of your face. I mean, I've had some acne in my life, but nothing like that cystic. I've seen it on others, and I don't know if you'd call it this, but we had a foreign exchange student when I was in high school from Belgium, and she had just a terrible kind of something on her forehead that I remember my mother just working with her on it, like hot compresses and warm compresses to try to open it up and to get the stuff out. And I won't share the details because there was sometimes it was a little disgusting, but suffice it to say that's in your early 20s and you're trying to go out and create your life and your career, that ain't so fun what you were going through.
No, and then just trying to, cover it, and you're taking on pounds and pounds of makeup, and then halfway through the day, your face is like literally falling apart, and it's disgusting. And it hurts your soul. It hurts, just the way you are. And you constantly feel like, oh yeah, someone's looking at right in the middle of my forehead. And
mm-hmm.
They're not, but you feel that they are. And it really takes a toll on you emotionally.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that, sometimes people don't even realize that or think about that. So let's fast forward to when you, kind of when you met Kristin, who's on my team, or when you got, met Kristin, who encouraged you to maybe look at some natural things that could help you.
Yeah. So I met Kristin about 5 years ago, and I was actually just looking for stuff for the kids. So I didn't even think about myself. I didn't think anything about my acne, because by that point I was in my 30s, and I'm like, all right, I guess I'm just going to have to deal with this for the rest of my life. And every 6 months, just go get shots in my face. So with Kristin, she kind of introduced me to a few different things, getting a better multivitamin in my system, just starting to do cleaner things just for everyday life. And she really kind of helped guide me to this whole process of just cleaner living and trying to just make sure that we can kind of keep things at bay. And I tried the face washes and stuff like that. And I really found that by that point, it was something internal. We had to balance something out that way.
Mm-hmm. So she introduced you to something that we call the 7-day cleanse, right?
Yeah.
And, the 7-day cleanse is a system that Shaklee has that is 7 days, of course. And it's a cleanse, but I like to tell people that because when you say cleanse and detox, people are like, oh, is it like, do you starve? You can't leave the house, all those kind of things. And it's not at all like that. It is a week of eating unlimited vegetables and fruit. And if your vegetable experience is like carrots and celery, maybe that seems very daunting, like how am I going to do that? But it's really about making soups and stir fries and salads and really embracing vegetables and taking some supplements along with eating that help to detox and reset the insides of you as well. And again, it's a very awesome program for 7 days that really helps. I mean, most people that do the cleanse, lose a little bit of weight, their energy level goes up, their digestion's better. Sometimes their skin improves and just has an overall better sense of well-being. So tell us what you found and why did you decide, well, you were saying that you guys kind of figured out that it was probably something internal that was setting your skin off. So
yeah, we had spoken a few times about, internal things and the leaky gut. She would constantly mention that to me, and I'm like, okay, I don't really follow it, but now that I dug a little bit deeper into it after we did this cleanse, it's like, oh goodness, the whole thing just kind of fell into, well, this causes this and that causes that, and the inflammation and the toxicity and things, and got to flush it out of there, because I had tried elimination diets. I tried to take out dairy. I tried to take out gluten. I tried to take out sugars, and none of that worked. But until I did the cleanse part is when I was able to keep those things out of my system without any trouble, because it was just, I had to have cheese, or and that was my trigger. I had to have bread. Like, those things were like cravings to me. And then we did the cleanse, and now I know that those are the types of things that set my skin off, and I know how to stay away from them. Or if I do indulge a little bit, I know how to bring the inflammation down so that I don't break out as bad as I was before.
Mm-hmm.
So the cleanse, my husband and I actually did the cleanse because we wanted to lose weight. I had no idea that the leaky gut part was going to get fixed and my face was going to clear up, because my face, right before we were going to start the cleanse itself, my face was on the verge of probably needing at least 2, if not 3 of the cysts injected. And we did this during the beginning of quarantine for COVID, and my dermatologist's office was furloughed, so I couldn't get in. It was like months out before I could get in. And if you don't get these things right at that perfect time, then you've lost your window and there's no way to go back for it.
All right. So how did you get started?
So what we did was we got our packets and everything, and we took the measurements like they kind of the group suggests to do. You take your pictures of your body, you take your measurements, you take your weight, and I decided to take a picture straight of my face, because after I took the picture, I realized that there was so much redness around my chin and so much inflammation that I'm like, okay, well, my dermatologist's office is furloughed, so when am I going to be able to get in and get these fixed up? So I took those pictures day 1, and we went at the cleanse. We didn't cheat. We did no protein. We did no caffeine. We did no sugar. We really did it. So with all the supplements that were in there, the alfalfa for that inflammation, the gut, the probiotics to help heal everything, and the liver detox, I think really did it too, because it pulls all of those toxins out that were residual from our diet before. So if I tried to do the elimination diet in the past and it never worked, it's because there was still stuff stuck in there that needed to come out. So after the 7 days, I took another picture of my face, and I wish you guys could see it, because the redness had gone down, the swelling went down. I looked like a completely different person. And I never even thought that this doing the cleanse would have done all of that, because we just did it for weight loss. I lost 9 pounds, which was great, but I really feel like the biggest accomplishment from all of that is my face.
Right. Yeah. And I wish,
struggled so long.
Right. I wish you guys could see it too, because again, there's a big, huge difference in the redness, like you said, the redness and inflammation. So you lost the 9 pounds. I mean, what other things did you feel, or your husband, changes did you guys feel during those 7 days?
So my husband had lost a little bit of weight from about November until January with intermittent fasting. And then he plateaued. He lost 35 pounds. He was a little on the heavier side anyway, but it was a good jump start to stuff. And then he got stuck. He's like, okay, I guess this is where I'm going to be. I'm like, you know what? You're still on those reflux meds. You're still not exactly the weight you would like to be. Well, let's give this a try. I'd like to lose a couple pounds. I'd like to do the intermittent fasting. I tried to do that, and that wasn't happening because there were still those cravings and things that I was going for, and I could never do it until we did the cleanse. That was huge. So he lost, I think it was 10 pounds during the cleanse, and then he's continued to lose since then, doing the strip and shake a day, and we still maintain that every single day. I actually just took mine.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. The cravings, again, I think that that's a huge, again, the skin changes is huge. That's what we're talking about today. But again, those cravings, when you start to balance out your system, you don't have those cravings that, we've had before, like you said, sugar, caffeine, alcohol, snacky, chippy, all those kind of the foods.
Salty kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I found that when I did my first cleanse, I was an avid coffee drinker and a couple of cups in the morning. And my husband buys Starbucks coffee, grinds his own, makes a great pot of coffee in the morning. I love the smell of it. So I just was a regular coffee drinker. But, I cut that out during the week too of my cleanse. And I never went back to it because I never felt like I needed that for the jolt of energy. And I still love tea. And so I drink tea every morning, and I still have an occasional coffee, but it's those cravings, those things that take us to like, oh, I got to eat this. And you're kind of wondering why you're eating or drinking this.
Yeah. We were a pot of coffee at least every morning. And now I have probably just 1 cup in the morning because I noticed that now with taking the strip that has that B complex in there, my being reliant on the coffee so much is not needed. And actually the other day I was like, I don't really need to have a second cup of coffee because I'm good. Because if I would have too much coffee in the morning and then throughout the day when that B complex is really, kicking in and keeping things moving, I would be like jittery, like, oh gosh, it's too much. And I had that coffee in the morning. There was nothing in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I just don't need it as much. And alcohol too. I mean, we weren't, drinking all the time per se, but even when we go camping, we don't feel like we actually have to have a cocktail all the time. It's more of an enjoyable thing instead of like, we're camping, this is what we do. So
right.
Yeah, we don't bring as much.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. So now you've did the cleanse, and now what you're talking about, so the audience knows. So the strip and the shake, the thing that we recommend, because this is all wrapped up in something called the Prove It Challenge. And I mentioned that on an earlier podcast, actually the one from last week. So you can go back and listen to that one about different kind of challenges. And I explained what the Prove It Challenge is. But it's, again, starting with a 7-day cleanse and moving to taking a strip of vitamins every day and having at least 1 protein shake. And, our cells are made of vitamins, minerals, and protein. And so I tell others that if we give our body vitamins, minerals, and protein and good ones, then our cells are happy, our bodies are happy. And as much as it's great to try to eat healthy, and I don't know about you, but I found that once I did the cleanse and I was introduced to all these really cool different vegetables and recipes, like I use those still, and so I eat more vegetables and I eat more of that healthy stuff, but the vitamins fill in the gaps, and just like you're talking about the B complex, it kind of fills in the gaps where you need a little bit of extra B vitamin to help with your energy and your moods.
Yeah, that was huge. I mean, even last night we made just a burrito bowl type of thing, and my kid wanted to have it with a taco shell instead, which is fine. And I was at Trader Joe's yesterday and I found Jicama wraps. Am I saying that right?
Jicama? Oh, really? There's Jicama wraps?
Yeah. I had mine as a taco with that. I heated it up a little bit in the pan. I never would have eaten something like that. I never even would have thought that was something that was, okay. Mm-hmm. But using a different type of way to wrap it like a taco, that instead of just, flour tortillas all the time, it's all we had. And now it's either, lettuce wrap or the jicama.
Jicama. Yeah, jicama. Even though it's a J, that you say it like an H, right? Jicama, H. Right.
Okay. So jicama wrap, I never would have thought about it until, this whole cleanse, because these things were never never part of our diet. We were meat and potatoes. We were German, Irish food all the time.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yep. I dated a German guy for a while. Yeah. Very, very different food. That's not, that's heavy, not filled with vegetables. So you moved on to, and you still continue today with your vitamins and your protein shake. And let's talk about, you talked about, I know in the pre-show, we talked about alfalfa and how we love alfalfa. And I was actually just sharing that with somebody yesterday. One of my clients whose husband has a lot of joint pain and joint issues. And I said, try alfalfa. Alfalfa seems to be the thing that cures it all, if you will.
Cure all.
Yeah, but we're not supposed to say that word cure. So strike that out there. But it really does help. And so you continue with that alfalfa today. So let's talk about that. How is that alfalfa helping you in regards to your skin?
So I take since the alfalfa was in the cleanse, I realized, okay, if that's what's taking out all this inflammation, I'm going to keep it in my daily regimen. So I do take the vitalizer strip that's got all the other stuff in there, but that alfalfa, I take 5 in the morning. And when I can balance, like when I know my cycle's coming, I take it like a couple days before that's supposed to come. And I take it throughout that. Because there's just so much going on in your body that I feel that really helps to tone things down. Just last month, I had the cheese because I know cheese is my trigger, and I doubled up on that, and I haven't had any issues. So it's really helping to combat things that are going on in my face and my joints too. I was a cheerleader and a gymnast in high school, so my joints are shot, but it really does help too.
Yeah, I mean, alfalfa is a great green superfood. It's basically the alfalfa supplements from Shaklee are these little green pills, and it's just alfalfa mixed along with, I think, a little bit of, I think there's a little spearmint in there as well. But I mean, it's just alfalfa is so filled with vitamins and minerals and chlorophyll, and it's just, again, a very great superfood that helps with so many things. Like we said, with inflammation, joint health, helps with allergies. It's, again, a great during a detox and things like that. So you continue on with that today prior to your cycle, maybe a little extra if you need that extra support during
I do a 5 in the morning, and then I do like a couple days before, I'll do 5 at night. So I'm getting it every 12 hours. So that way I'm staying ahead of what possibly could happen.
Right.
Just because of, hormones and cycle balances and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, have you ever, because another supplement that I like to tell people about in regards to hormone balancing, which can help with cyclical headaches as well as acne, is GLA. Have you ever taken that, or do you take that regularly?
I have taken it. I tend to do it now more at night when I take the extra alfalfa, like a few days beforehand. I'll take the GLA with that. So I get that those omega-6s in there to kind of help balance more things out, because your system's just all over the place.
Right,
so,
yeah.
But yeah, I do take that at night.
Yes. Yeah. So that GLA is an omega-6 gamma linoleic acid. So that helps to balance things out, balance your normal body processes like your hormones. And so, again, it's a great supplement if you are dealing with cyclical headaches as well as skin changes. Because, again, like you said, when we approach our cycle, our hormones are shifting. And so we're having these symptoms because of the hormonal changes. So you are having the skin issues. Again, some have moodiness, some have headaches, just that, tender breasts and things like that go along with your cycle. So that GLA can also be a game changer. I've sold a lot of that. I've helped a lot of clients with that, because those headaches, even my youngest's girlfriend seems to have, really bad headaches around her cycle, and she's just a teenager. So that's
mine's the lower back. The lower back gets shot within a couple of days. And I've noticed the past 2 cycles with taking that GLA, just by adding it at night, because I take the vitalizer strip has the omegas in it. So I don't want to take too many omegas at once. So I take them at night to balance how much I'm taking. And it really has helped. I'll have a minor back, but not debilitating like it was before.
Yeah. And I think, for people that are listening that are like, wow, that's like a lot of pills she's taken, and is that good? And she's taking more of this. And again, my background's in nursing. And so when you get a prescription for something, you follow that prescription to a T. You don't say, well, I'm having a little more heart palpitations, so I'm going to take an extra, meds for my heart. I mean, we don't do that in traditional medicine, but with supplements, and if you're taking clean, safe supplements like Shaklee has, it's okay. I mean, we do take a lot of supplements, and it's okay and to take extra of some things. And we also recommend that you hook up with myself or with Lisa or, trusted Shaklee distributor, so they can help you kind of navigate your way through that. Because sometimes people are like, wow, that's like a lot of stuff that you take. And yet we want to show you how you can take these supplements to, again, build that good health on the inside. And it's just giving you some good natural things. And if we can do that, and we can keep you from having to take some medication to help with your migraines, or, I mean, you were talking about, if people don't know about Accutane, why don't you give a little quick, some people, again, when they have cystic acne, when they don't find things like you found to clear it up, the doctors recommend Accutane. I know my son did when we went in there and he had some bad back acne due to hockey and stuff like that. They recommended that. But tell the listeners a little bit about the dangers of Accutane.
There's a few different things that the dermatologist will throw you on, but the worst one I really believe is that Accutane, because when you take Accutane, when I took it, I mean, to take Accutane as a woman, you have got to be on birth control. And the reason is not just to balance your hormones out. It's because Accutane, while taking it, and if you were to get pregnant while taking it, it can cause birth defects. So it's like, okay, maybe this is just a regular thing you're supposed to do. But after reading, it's like, why would I want to put something into my body that was so harmful to an unborn baby to try and fix my face? So what is this really doing to the inside of me as a whole? Like, that was very scary. So I had taken Accutane, like a round of it, and my face was so dry and peeling, and I didn't want to leave the house. And I said, no, we can't do this anymore, because, the whole thing about having to be on the birth control, which made me gain weight, which already makes you kind of upset. Then you look in the mirror and you see your face and it's basically falling off. It's so much on your soul that you really there has to be more of a natural way to combat all of this. And I really feel like I have found the way to do that.
Yeah. And I'm so happy for you that you have. I still remember that day when we were there with my son, and he made some recommendations of different creams and things. And then I said, well, maybe some Accutane. And they bring you like an 8-page, I don't know how many pages, but I remember several pages, like red, yellow print paper. You got to sign off. I mean, it is dangerous.
It's like a life sentence.
Right. And again, sometimes that's people's only choice. And so I'm not here to say never use that. But I've also learned, as you continue to learn in your journey with natural health, there are some things that we can take that help us balance some things out on the inside, so that, because it's true that what's going on the inside is reflected on the outside. Mm-hmm. And certainly your case. All right. So vitamins, minerals, protein, alfalfa, some GLA. And then what are you cleaning your face with? We were going to talk just a little bit about not the whole youth product line, but I think it's really important to find something good and natural and clean to clean your face with, because you had shared with me that you had started to use some of the youth products, the youth skincare.
So right now I'm just using the cleanser. And in the past I had used cleansers that had harsh exfoliators in them. And this one with that green algae is such a smooth, you wouldn't even realize that you're exfoliating your skin. And it's so soothing. And when you just blot your face off when you're done, your skin just feels refreshed. It doesn't feel like you just ripped it apart with tiny little beads of who knows what. So that right now is all I'm doing is just the cleanser. And then I had used the gold mask, and that's been really nice too, to kind of tone the redness down a little bit. I had a little redness around my mouth and a little bit under my eyes, on my, like, near my cheeks, and that's toned down as well.
Yeah. So the youth product line from Shaklee is a great botanically based product line. Several different products in there. It's a great system. And if you want to learn more, certainly there'll be links in the show notes. But that cleanser, that gel oil cleanser, it has wonderful avocado oil that moisturizes, but that green algae complex helps to exfoliate. And it's clean. It doesn't have all these, like you said, harsh chemicals, things that are scrubbing and rubbing and things like that. I've learned so much that, again, I've had some acne in my life. I have kids that have had it. You kind of said, we scrub it, we dry it and things like that. But I've learned that if we do too much of that, then our skin is like, oh my gosh, I don't have enough moisture. And so it overproduces oil.
Yep.
And then that doesn't help because it makes more breakouts and blockages and things like that. So,
well, even with things as harsh as microneedling, I mean, you're rubbing it into something that's already so raw. You want to treat that extremely gently. Like, you want to just cushion it and prepare it and help it to kind of naturally heal itself. And if you keep throwing things at it, it's not going to get any better.
Right. And that gold mask is our hydrating mask. It has some wonderful, the hyaluronic acid, as well as aloe.
So what I could ever say.
Right. And again, just help to bring that moisture back, because I want to make sure that people hear that when you wash your face, that's great to remove any toxins or dirt or things like that, but you need to put moisturizer on it. And don't be afraid of that, because you need that moisture.
And the one thing that I would add to my regimen of how I do clean my skin, just because it's just so sensitive, I make sure that when I am to wash my face, when I actually have makeup on, is I try to rinse off as much as I can. I use any kind of, I have the Shaklee eye makeup remover. I get the makeup off my face before I actually wash my face. Because if you're going to wash your face with all the stuff on there, you're just going to smear all that makeup around, and it's not going to actually clean your actual face. It's just going to remove the makeup. So you really want to give the cleanser a chance to work its best by taking everything off your face first and then really wash your face. Mm-hmm. I feel like that's really made a huge difference.
Yeah, that's good to note. Yeah, I mean, you can end up using twice as much cleanser if you've got a lot of makeup on. I find that, I like to do that too. Remove my eye makeup beforehand, which is the majority of what I have on, before I cleanse my face, because then I'm using less cleanser. So yeah, let's wrap it up. I mean, I think I wish people could see how beautiful, you look now, and your skin is so clear. And again, we're not talking about that we're searching for perfection here, but just great improvement. And what we just like to talk with people about is, again, when you're stumped about your skin and what you're, with the products that you're using on it, think about the inside, because what's going on the inside can really make a big impact on the way your skin looks. So just to review it, well, why don't you review it? Like, what your kind of timeline was? You started with the cleanse first, and then what? So
I did the cleanse the first week of May, and I was already on the verge of having a breakout there. So within those 7 days, the inflammation had gone down. And then after the cleanse for the 7 days, we have stuck with the Vitalizer strip and at least one shake a day, and just changing healthy habits. We've taken a lot more fruits and veggies into our diet, and just kind of reset our gut and have a happy balance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And continue that, again, that alfalfa GLA can be helpful for inflammation and hormone balancing. And again, take a look at the youth. If you want to take a look at that, I do offer free Zoom consults. I've been doing a few of those just to get on Zoom, and let's take a look at your skin. Let's talk through it, and I can make some recommendations on, because there are several products, the cleansers, toners, the serums, the masks, and things like that can really help with your skin as well if you're looking for a good, clean skincare line. And again, this is what I say so much is like, it's never too late to try something different or to, try something or do something that's going to help you feel better, look better, sleep better, and those kind of things. So I'm so thrilled that you shared your story, and hopefully I'm sure it is providing people a lot more hope today if they're dealing with some of the same stuff that you, and I'm assuming, again, we're a few months into it, but I'm assuming you haven't gone back to the dermatologist during this time.
Nope, not for me.
Yeah.
Nope, I haven't had to go back, and I pray to God I never have to go back ever again, because those shots are not fun.
Yeah, I can't imagine that they are fun at all. So again, that's great. Again, you've done things, you've made some choices, healthy choices. That's what we talk about in this business is make some smart, healthy choices. And if you need help, reach out to somebody that can help you navigate your way through this, because we've been through it. You and I, Lisa, have been through these things. We want to come right alongside with you and help to support you and help you find your way to better health, feeling better, looking better, and things like that. So, any last words you want to share with the audience, Lisa?
No, just really know that things can be better. There are ways to treat it besides all of the harsh chemicals and big pharma things that are out there. So we're really here to help you understand how to balance things out and really put your best face forward.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks, Lisa, for joining me today. And again, thanks audience for coming. Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for coming back to listen. Again, these products, this idea of wellness has been a game changer and a lifesaver for me, for my family, and so many people that I've helped. So I just continue to share that with you because I know there are so many like Lisa and I that are looking for things, or we would wish that there are things that could help. And I know that I didn't know half of what I know today, looking back 20 years from now. And so glad that people shared that with me. So I encourage people to be open, for you to be open. And again, continue to come back and listen to these wellness spots. If you like it, make sure that you review it, share it with other people, because that's what we're here for. That's what I'm here for, is to shed some light on things that you can do, that you can live your best life, and just offer up to hope for all of you that listen. Again, I appreciate you coming back, and we will talk to you next time. Take care. Thanks for listening. And if you like what you hear, please leave me a 5-star review. Share this podcast with others, and make sure you hit the subscribe button. Come on over to Facebook too. We have a great Juggling the Chaos of Recovery podcast tribe group, and we'd love to welcome you there. Now, do you have a story to share or know someone that does? Please connect with me. You'll find the link in the show notes, and I'd love to hear from you, hear your story, and feature you on one of the upcoming podcast episodes. And perhaps you are ready to find your way back to you. You'd like to reclaim your health in your life. Send me an email, connect with me, simply Moyra at gorskiwellness.com, or jump over to Instagram and connect with me there as Green Gorski, or you can also find me on Facebook. I'll connect with you and just show you some simple steps and show you a way to reclaim your life and your health today. Thanks for listening. Until next time.